Hi, this is Nancy Yearout, and welcome to my show, High Road to Humanity. In every episode, I tell you powerful true stories filled with great wisdom that you can use in your own life as you strive for a higher road to travel. My featured guests will have their own unique stories to tell that enlighten your mind and your soul. So kick back, relax, and learn the secret to success when you take the high road.
First touch, strong connection, it lays deep in your soul.
Hi, this is Nancy Yearout, and welcome to High Road to Humanity. And I have a really interesting guest here today. We're going to be talking about meditation, and we're going to be talking about crystals. Jolie DeMarco is here, and she's joining me from Florida, I believe. We'll talk to her in a few minutes. But before I bring her on, a couple things I want to talk about. Because there's so much craziness going on with humanity right now, I feel like I really need to talk about some good news. So here we go. Here's the headline. Hotel bellboy is left a fortune by wealthy guest, never has to work again. Do you love this story? Charles George Courtney stayed at the Kormar Hotel Deluxe in Turkey every year for vacation. So Tuscan Dastan, who worked as a bellboy in the hotel for 31 years, struck up a friendship with Charles. We treat everyone the same. However, Charles George Courtney loved us very much. And when he came to the hotel after a meeting, he would even entrust his money to me and ask me what I needed, Taskin told. When Charles died earlier this year, his family was stunned to find that he left a significant part of his fortune, isn't this great, to some of the hotel staff, especially Taskin. He treated us as if we were part of his own family, said Taskin. He even contributed to the education of my children. Of course, we were emotional, but never in his wildest dreams did Taskin think he would get a call from the UK to say he had been left a small fortune by the tourists. Although the exact amount of money left to Taskin is unknown, it's enough that he'll never have to work again a day of his life. Now, that just says a lot for the people who are out there working and doing service and all that kind of stuff. So I just want to, gosh, it's so nice to see such good stuff happening in humanity. Now, before I bring Jolie on, I just want to say, if you guys want a psychic reading, go to my website, nancyyearout.com, go to the book button, and you can go to my calendar and pick out your date and time, and I'll be happy to meet you on Zoom or on phone, however you'd like to. So Jolie DeMarco's here. She's from Boca Raton, Florida, and I've spent some time in Boca Raton. She's a master crystal healer, you guys. She's an author. She's an inspirational speaker, a professional intuitive. She's the president and founder of My Flora Aura, I like that, a mindful meditation center and metaphysical retail space in Boca Raton, Florida. She's a crystal junkie. She loves rocks and remedies. She is also a Reiki master, a meditation teacher. Hey, welcome to High Road to Humanity.
Hey, Nance, thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it. High Road to Humanities is amazing. So I'm so grateful that you put me on today.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, tell us your story. I mean, this is a really cool book. I'm going to hold the book up, you guys. And it's How to Meditate with Crystals, which is a really cool thing. So, but what you started in the beginning is how to meditate. So how did you get into doing this? And how did you get into meditating? Tell us your story.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Nancy, basically when I was younger, I was always interested in crystals. I used to roll around them. I had a rock tumbler. I'm sure a lot of kids did too.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that crystals actually had frequencies that work with the energy of our body. And so I would kind of daydream a lot. I'm intuitive like you. And, we go into our own little space sometimes, and I would hear things clairaudiently, see visions and such. And I noticed kind of with the crystals at that time, I didn't realize until I was older that the crystals were enhancing, sort of meditations or places I was going or seeing when I was a kid. And as I grew up, getting into meditation and just being quiet, because when we're clairaudient, sometimes we're never alone. and at least we never feel alone. And so when you meditate, I made it really simple for people. There's 5 different methods on how to do it, and a lot of people think you always have to have your eyes closed and your legs crossed. That is one way you can do it,
Right.
but I wanted to explain it easily for people, make it super simple.
Yeah. Well, you did a really good job in this book. I mean, you guys, she starts, and we're going to kind of go through it today, if that's okay with you.
Cool.
Yeah. So finding balance with meditation, a lot of people, let me just back up. I've always been a type A personality, so it took me a long time to finally get it.
Ah,
But a lot of people just say they don't know how to meditate. And I hear that a lot. And I just tell people to quiet their mind. What do you say?
it's whenever you time.
I'm sorry, say that again.
It's whenever you forget about time. Think about that for 1 second. So whenever you forget about time, right? Because we're always in our lives, we're always so based on looking at the clock and what time I got to go here and do this, or when I got to be back. So think about when you daydream. You forget about time. Think about
Right.
sometimes when you drive a car and you're on autopilot and all of a sudden you're at the place and you don't realize, going through those motions, right?
I know, isn't that weird?
Yeah, I'm not suggesting you do that for your meditation, but it
Yeah.
happens. Uh,
Yeah, I know.
They made me put a disclaimer in the book over that one. But really, it is when you forget about time. And like I said, there's different types of meditations. There's ones when you're actually very mindful too. So you could actually meditate with intention, and that's like, think about it. You manifest things, correct? Right? I'm sure
Right.
you probably do, Nancy.
Mhm.
And so most people always want to meditate in a way of manifesting things for themselves. So you don't have to be eyes closed. You're writing things down and you're setting an intention. That's also a type of meditation.
Right.
So there are fun ways. Do you want me to rattle off the 5 ways real quick?
Oh, well, yeah, if you want to. Yeah, I have them written down here actually. But yes,
Okay.
go for it. Absolutely. I've got the non-reactive. So can I tell them what they are
Yeah.
and then you'll go through them? Okay, so the 5 methods of meditation are non-reactive, which is slightly awake. Number 2 is active, which is awake meditation. 3 is active physical body movement meditation. And 4 is meditation with mindful thought. And 5 is meditation without thoughts. So explain. Yeah, for sure. Tell us what all of these are.
Okay, I'll give you little examples of each. This way people can kind of connect the dots a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the non-active, slightly awake one is using all of your senses. It's when you're using your subconscious and your conscious. You're actually connecting your whole body to your soul in a way.
Okay.
So one example would be like doing a walking. I'm sorry. Think about when you first wake up in the morning and you're
Okay.
just lying in bed. You know how you're like kind of there but not there yet?
Mm-hmm.
That's being slightly awake, right? So
Right.
at that time, it's that same feeling. You don't have to meditate right at that moment, but you would get that same type of feeling when you do a meditation for purpose. And I'm sure we're going to get into the purposes, and then I'll tell you which
Okay.
one.
Okay.
The active one is when you're being aware and mindful of your senses. Okay, so you're active and awake. That means that you're realizing what you're doing. So again, you're using your intention. And
Okay.
then the third one is active physical body movement, is when you're doing, like, for example, walking meditation. You can take a 1 mile walk one way and think about all the things that you're thankful for, grateful for. And on the way back, you could manifest things.
Yeah,
So
I'm
that's,
watering my lawn. That's when I water my lawn is my kind of little
yeah,
meditation. Is that what you're talking about on that one?
yeah,
Yeah.
you could do that, or you could
Okay.
exercise. Yeah, that's a good one,
Yeah.
watering your lawn. So
Yeah.
absolutely, your flowers and such.
Yeah.
Um, I do one, I just walk a mile up and back, then I get exercise and I do my meditation at the same time.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is what most people, I just want to say, like, most people, why are they I always say, why do you want to meditate? Because
Yeah.
some people want it just to relax because it lowers our stress, but they just think that it's good for you, and it is. But there's also different purposes, like to
Right.
meditate. So
Right.
and so the last one, I'm sorry, the fourth one here is meditation with mindful thoughts. Again, that's concentrating and noticing, um, using your body and all your senses with your intention of what you're doing and meditating.
Okay.
For example, there's one called soul talking, where you're writing out what you want to release in your life. And that one is about, changing things for the better of your life and releasing that negative energy.
Okay.
And then the last one is the fifth one here is meditation without thoughts. And man, I love this one the best, Nance. This one's the best. This is when you're totally mindless and you forget about time. This one is like what we were saying at the beginning. This is like daydreaming. This is
Yeah.
when you're just totally, sometimes when you're cooking and you make the meal and it's already done, it could be that too. So there's a couple different ways you can do that. So yeah, there's so many different ways we can meditate, and you'll never get bored. Never,
Right.
ever.
Well, and I just want to talk a little bit about the benefits. And I can tell you personally, I had a really hard time meditating because I was type A, but when I finally started to do it, and I bring in the light from above and I run the light through my body. But bottom line is, when you start to connect, to your higher self, then you start to get messages. And people always ask me, how do you get messages? How do you get messages? And it's when you connect, because, and I'm going to explain this really quick, and I want you to elaborate if you would. We've got about 3 minutes before we go to break. But when you raise your frequency, when you connect every day, you guys, to the divine, to the higher, vibration, you raise your frequency. And that's how you can start talking to your loved ones and to your guardian angels, because they kind of lower their frequency as lower as they can. And we bring ours up and we try to match. Talk about that, because that's been the biggest thing for me on meditation, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. That's why our frequency, basically, we have our own unique frequency. Everybody has their own. And in the book, I talk about raising your frequency, raising your vibrations, and noticing what they are when you wake up in the morning, from a scale of 1 being the lowest, 10 being the most fabulous high. And when you're meditating, we always want to be at least, 5, 6 or above, because just like Nancy's saying here, if we need to be on a frequency that connects with our angels and our guides, they're on unconditional love frequency, which is the highest that we possibly can be on. So crystals can help us. There's tools that can boost us to get on those higher frequencies. You could do sound. You could think of something beautiful that you love unconditionally. All that's going to raise your frequency, so you can connect to these higher beings and be on the same frequency like they are. So it's like a telephone call. And so we're totally, telepathically making a telephone call to our angels and guides or people who have passed over. So yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up, Nancy, because a lot of people do ask about that. And I teach people how to auto write in the book too. So
Cool.
it's a good, it's a cool way to do it.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to go to commercial break right now, but her book is called How to Meditate with Crystals, Simple Ways to Change Your Life. And it's by Jolie DeMarco. Okay. Yeah, she's got it there. Okay. This is Nancy Yearout. This is High Road to Humanity, and we'll be right back. Hi, this is Nancy Yearout, and this is High Road to Humanity. And we're talking about crystals, and we're talking about meditation and how crystals can actually enhance your meditation. And, before we get on there, let's see to that, talking about the crystals, I wanted to mention a couple more things. When you meditate, I just want to say this, and if you want to address it, it calms you down. I am such a hyper person, you guys. And let me tell you, I have to ground, because I just do. And it helps me actually calm down. And it's been a godsend, truly. Talk about that a little bit, Jolie.
Okay. So Nancy, you're talking, so there's, like we said, there's lots of different ways to meditate, but there's also different purposes, right? So if some people are doing it to calm themselves down, but you can also do it to not only raise your frequency, but also to get more grounded in your life. You could do it to release things. You could do it to advance yourself in your life, or manifest things. So there's so many different purposes why you would want to meditate. So the first thing I always say to somebody is, why do you want to meditate, and what purpose would you want? Because some people want to talk to, like we talked about before, people that passed over.
Right.
But if you want to just relax, then there's a chakra meditation you could do. That's about all your energy centers, balancing you kind of with your yin and your yang, your positive energy. So first, that's what you would do. You would identify what is your purpose of meditation and why you want to do it. And then from there, in the book, there's 33 different types of meditations that walk you through it. Yes. And you could actually record your own voice saying verbatim what I have in the book, and make your own guided meditation. So this way you don't have to look back and forth and, get like that with it. It's just boom, play it. And always get somebody like Nancy. She has a great voice.
Oh, thank you.
It for you.
Well, yeah. And guided meditations are cool. I did that when I first started. I just want to tell everybody that I just did that because I didn't know what to do. I was a total novice. And so I, would put somebody's meditation on and do it with them. And then I kind of got the hang of it. And then I know this sounds weird, but then I didn't want to hear somebody else. I just wanted to, you know what I mean? Yeah. Exactly. Isn't that funny? Did you do that too? Do you do guided meditations, or have you ever?
I have professional guided meditations on my website. And,
okay, cool.
7 heavenly guided meditations. I use the frequency of Archangel Michael through my voice as I channel. So they're very relaxing. I have parallel life, past life, depending on what you believe in. Journeys that you can take, out of body experiences, and all kinds of fun stuff.
What's your website?
Crystaljunkie.com.
Oh, I love it. Okay, you guys, crystaljunkie.com. You won't forget that. All right, let's get to the crystals because, we've only got like an hour show here, but I love the crystals. I'm so big on it. I just want to say in her book, she's got really cool stuff. She has how to work with the crystals. She has pictures. I like this part because I'm visual. A lot of people are visual.
Yeah.
And some of these, sometimes I'll say, oh, what does this do? And what does this mean? And so this is what's really cool about this book, you guys. She tells you what crystals to use. There's 33 powerful crystals. And each one has the origin, the best meditative purpose, the chakras that it works with, the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual. So do you want to give us an example, or what do you want to do? What do you think?
So I picked out a couple, obviously I love all my meditations.
Yeah.
But, remember, crystals are tools. They're little boosters to help amplify us in different ways. So each crystal has a different purpose too, right? So for example, amethyst, everybody knows amethyst crystal.
Right.
Here.
I've got mine. I grabbed my big one today just because I like it.
So yeah, amethyst basically is a more relaxing crystal. It's known for helping you have good sleep. And so that one is really cool. It's a staple that you should have. And then there's other ones that amplify your energy, like pyrite. So pyrite is also called fool's gold. So learning about which ones are this one is an energizer stone. So I don't want to do a meditation with this one if I'm not going to maybe do a walking meditation, right? Because I don't want to be energized if I'm trying to relax myself. So I teach you in the book why you want to use certain crystals, because people kind of think just more crystals is better, and that's not true. In my book, I only give you 2 crystals that you need for each meditation to boost it up and for your certain purpose. So you would never want to use pyrite if you're trying to relax and do a slightly awake meditation.
Okay.
So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because sometimes when I see people with multiple bracelets on, it's just you're confusing your energy, your aura, and your energy.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's why they're floaty all over the place.
Okay. Now, can I ask you a question? I have a ton around my computer, but I put them I put selenite on my computer, and I put crystals on my computer, and I put black, onyx and all of that. But that's just for the computer. Does that mess with me too, or no?
If you're sitting there a really long time, yeah. Let me just say this. The combination that you have is cleansing and clearing around your computer, because you're cleansing and clearing the negative EMFs from going into your auric field.
Right.
So it's still cleansing and clearing you. However, if you just told me you only had selenite, selenite's the self-cleansing crystal. If you only had selenite around you all the time, and let's say you work on your computer 8 hours a day, I would tell you replace your selenite with black tourmaline instead. Because selenite can also induce past life or take you into the past, even in this lifetime. So you might, if you're a person that stays thinking about everything 2 weeks ago, it's because you have so much selenite around you.
Right. Now, what's the difference? This is black tourmaline. Now, what is this one with the dots? How is this different? I have them both on my computer.
It's hard to see from here, but it looks like one's black onyx and the other. Oh, no, you've got snowflake obsidian. The one with the dots, it looks like little white snowflakes.
Yeah. What is, because I keep that by my computer too.
Okay. It's a form of obsidian, so it does take away negative energy, but snowflake obsidian brings you to past life regression.
So I shouldn't have this one on my computer.
I wouldn't. No.
Okay. So I got to move that one.
Yeah. When you want to have some fun with the past life regression, hook that one up with the selenite, those 2 together, and you will definitely go into a past life.
Oh my gosh. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I love asking you all these questions. Now, what about, go ahead. Oh, you're going to tell us another one? Go ahead. And then I'll ask you.
I was going to say, I like to be grounded because, as we are conduits, right? We both do readings and such. So we always want to be open at our crown and grounded at the same time, because we're receiving information for people for this earth dimension, right? And so to be open and grounded at the same time, there's meditations I have in there. You want to have maybe a channeling crystal. So this is a crystal quartz. So it's for clear hearing, clear information, channeling. Okay. And then you would also have a stone, maybe spirit quartz. Spirit quartz is a real pretty crystal. It's amethyst. And
I have one of those. No, I have one of the. Yeah, here, I'll show you. Yay. See.
Oh yeah, she's got a pretty one there too. Cool.
Yeah, I keep this one here
really
too.
Good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's good for auto writing, any
Yeah.
kind of connection. And then I don't know if you can see my ring here. This one's called
What is
Sight.
Cabin site? What is that?
Blue. Actually,
Yeah.
the bright blue is natural, comes from India. And
Beautiful.
Sight is for clairaudience. It's a clairaudient stone, so it's clear feeling, sensing. All your senses open up. So this
Nice.
one actually is really good if you want to channel information as well.
Okay.
So if you're trying to be, everybody's working on, if they're working on their psychic abilities, this is
Hmm.
definitely one you want to have.
I love
And
it.
it opens up, and you can pair that with your crystal quartz.
Now talk about Moldavite, because I have a lot of Moldavite.
Oh,
I
Moldavite.
know, and you got to be careful. I'll just say this is Moldavite, and I have a really cool wand that has a handle that has
Oh,
Moldavite,
wow.
but I've always been attracted to this stone. It's a kind of expensive, you guys. It comes from a meteorite, just so you all know. It has such high energy. You have to be careful because you can't really carry this around with you because it's like lethal almost. Talk about this.
All right. So Moldavite, I call like it kind of gets you high in a way, so
It
like
does. It
without
does.
burning your brain cells.
Right.
It's really good for people that do have a little high strung energy because it mellows you out, like it makes you a little bit more on the normal plane.
Hmm.
So I have some friends that are a little high strung, and when they have it, they're like really more mellow and easier to
Hmm.
talk to.
Hmm.
But it also takes you out of your body. So like you could have an out of body experience. Actually, like this week, I'm actually doing a meditation with a bunch of people with it to take people out of their bodies, but I take you back safely. And
That's
usually
good to know.
spacey kind of feeling comes from it, and it's really super popular with the kids right now because they, obviously like to feel like they're high and they're not, and they don't want to ruin their brain cells
Hmm.
and get in
Hmm.
trouble.
Hmm. I
So
didn't know that. That's cool.
oh yeah,
That's
for
neat.
me, if I hold on to it, it makes me way too floaty. Like I can't wear jewelry of it. I only use it when I want to go out of my body and I do a meditation with it. So
Oh my God.
it is textite, just like Nancy said, and NASA didn't even know where it came from. It was a meteorite that fell to the public and formed a glass-like substance. And
Right.
it's very rare because they're right now they're closing the mines. So if you have any, hold on to it because it's sold by the gram and it's very expensive. It used to be
Hmm.
like $68 for a small little piece, and now
Hmm.
it's like almost $200.
Oh,
Um,
no kidding.
yeah,
I didn't
it's
know that.
so if you
Yeah.
have to hold on to it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I always will because, I have this piece and I have a really cool wand that I'll grab it on my break and on the break and show you. But
Nice.
it's always, I don't know, I've always had like an attraction to Moldavite for some reason. And maybe it's because it does calm me down a little bit.
It calms you, and for you, it could be it's a very spiritual stone because it takes you on different levels of frequency, meaning like it's life changing to some people that hold it. It can help you release what you need to release, and then it takes you on a higher level. So it's very ascending, very ascending crystal as far as body, mind, and spirit.
Okay,
So
cool. All right. So if people want to get in touch with you and they want some information, what do you do exactly that people can contact you with? Talk about a little bit of your services before we go to commercial break here.
okay, well, I could teach you how to meditate easily with crystals. I do it through Zoom and also in person.
Nice.
I also do guided meditations and such through that way, but I do readings as well. I channel Archangel Michael. That's a lot what I'm known for as well. And so you can go to, like I said, the website, myfloraora.com or joliedemarco.com, and also crystaljunkie.com. You could go to any one of those and see what we've got going on.
I love it. Awesome.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you're here today. Her book is called How to Meditate with Crystal, Simple Ways to Change Your Life. It's a very good book too, by the way. Jolie DeMarco. You guys, this is Nancy here out. This is High Road to Humanity, and we'll be right back. Here, I'll grab out. And this is High Road to Humanity. I'm here today with Jolie DeMarco. She's talking about crystals. I said I would show you guys my I think I've shown this before on the show. This is Moldavite, the handle, you guys. And then this is Moldavite right here. And it's welded in with actually, oh gosh, I want to say it's a metal. It's like, I don't think it's copper. I'm not sure what it is. And then these are crystals. And then this is a crystal. And if you can see the orange, if you guys, if you're not watching me on YouTube and you're listening to me on the podcast, I guess you're going to have to watch this on YouTube because this is like a really cool piece. And I got this in Albuquerque and I just thought it was different. So I
It's
bought
a
it.
Mac Daddy piece. Nancy, that is a Mac Daddy piece. And man, you guys got to see it on YouTube if you're listening on the podcast because it's like, I've never seen anything like it. It's amazing.
I hadn't either. So I was like, dude, and he was like, and this was years ago, and I bought it, and it was a lot then. So, but I just like it. I don't know.
I want to buy it off of Nancy.
One of those things that you get and you just, you know what I mean? It's just, and I keep it, and not many people know I have it. Well, you guys know I have it now. But talk more about different crystals that we can use when we meditate, Jolie.
All right, cool. So I've got celestite here. This is a very pretty light blue
Beautiful,
crystal.
beautiful.
They call it celestite. Think about celestial beings. So it helps.
Mhm.
It's really good for the throat chakra. Helps us communicate not only to each other as human to human, but also our angels and our guides. So this is a really good one too if you want to connect with your higher self or with your guides, angels, and deities.
That's beautiful. That's really pretty.
Let's talk about healing for a second.
Okay.
So, fluorite, I don't know if you can see this in here, but it's very beautiful slab that I have. It
It
green,
is pretty.
purple. You can see all the colors. It's got green, purple, a little bit of
Wow.
like a whitish cream yellow. So
Right.
fluorite does come in several different colors. It's called rainbow fluorite when it has all these different
Yeah, the purple and the green and is it,
Yeah.
it's, yeah,
So
it's beautiful.
fluorite is used for, we call it the healer's crystal, because if you do any type of Reiki, energy healing, anything like that, even massage, you should totally have one of these. So you could have by your client. It helps, the frequency that it brings helps enhance our self-healing. And so if it has more green in it, it's more physical healing. If it has more purple, it's more mental. Okay. So if somebody needs a little bit more mental, the way they think about things and process them.
Mhm.
And then the whitish yellow is also for spiritual healing. So if people have stuff from their past that they need to amend, this is a really good one to use, especially if you're doing a past life regression to help somebody mend something from the past.
Okay,
So
cool.
really great one to have.
Yeah.
And now, dun, 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 one every kid should have from ages 5 to 50.
I love it. I love it.
White howlite. It looks like marble. Let's see if we can get that in there. Kind
White howlite. I don't have any white howlite.
I'll send you one. So I was wearing my bracelet because I want to make sure I focus today on the podcast here with you and everything.
Okay.
And so I have that. So this is a really good one. We sell it a lot out of my store. Kids come in all the time because they're going to college around here, a lot of colleges and high school. Helps you focus, helps people with ADHD too. Because you obviously need a little bit of focus.
Right.
There is in my other book, High Vibes. It's crystal layouts, how to do body layouts. In High Vibes, I have layouts to help people with ADHD, and we've done testing on it over time. We're not doctors or anything, but we've done testing with people, and it really helps a lot of kids that had ADHD. They're really a lot more focused now.
What's a layout? What do you mean by a layout?
A crystal body layout is when we pick certain crystals and like if you were to lay down in bed, you would put them in the certain positions around your body. And, you would just lay there from 30 to 40 minutes. And, if that one is specifically to help you with focus. So you could do that one before you would take a test. And then when you took the test, your frequency would be higher to help you with focus. There's other.
Do you show that in the book at all, where to lay these?
Not in the meditation, not in this book, but my other one, High Vibes.
Okay.
Sorry, I got it.
The reason I ask you, this is personal. Yeah. Okay. Oh, see, I should have had you on for High Vibes. I'll have to have you back. Because, okay, not to be weird or anything, but my whole life, I figured when I got really old, I would just heal with crystals because I love them so much. Yeah. And I know the healing, but I don't know the order to lay them on, because that's what you do, right? Like This is different. Meditation, you're holding the crystal, but then healing, you're placing the crystal strategically. Talk about that a little bit.
Strategically is the word, exactly. Because before, a lot of people think that just more crystals is good. You could actually do harm to somebody by just laying a lot of crystals around them, even though they're feeling great and everything. But then they're walking around very maybe ups and downs with things. They're not like being whole. So in the book here, High Vibes Crystal Healing is sold by Llewellyn publisher, and in there I give you 66 high vibe crystals and 33 ways to do layouts.
Oh my gosh, I want this book.
It gives you, I make it so easy. I give you a what you need list, what to say before you start to set your intention.
Oh my gosh.
I make it so easy for people.
Oh, Jolie.
It actually won awards. That book won awards.
I bet. Well, I'm going to have you back for that one because I'll tell you what, it's something truly, and I mean this sincerely. I've always wanted to do it. Never had the time. I figure someday I'll do it. But it would be nice to have your book. I mean, because then you could work on other people and people could work on you. And I don't know, can you work on yourself or how does that work?
Yeah, you could do yourself and other people, and I have you journal it and everything inside.
That
I
is
I
so
teach a course on
cool.
it, but if you read the book on your own, and
Right.
if you really like do the practice of the crystals, you'll be an epic healer, crystal healer. So you could become a crystal healer just by reading the book. What most people don't understand is you can't mix crystals together that do opposite effects, and
Okay.
people do that all the time. And
Right.
it's just silly. Like I said, remember I said the pyrite, you don't want to energize your stone when you're trying to relax. You
Hmm.
don't want a certain stone that's going to confuse your energy if you're trying to concentrate on something.
Right.
So yeah, I make it easy for that. I'll send you a book.
Oh God, no, I'm going to have you back for that because I think it's really cool. Now, I want to talk about when you meditate with stuff, and I'll just say my spiel, and because we got about 5 minutes before we go to break, and then you can talk about this. I had never, and I always tell the audience, I always put myself out there, but I had never meditated with a crystal before. I have a million crystals. I know this is really silly. Isn't that weird? So for all these crystals that I have, and you guys would die if you knew how many crystals I have. I just collect them. I'm a rock girl and they're everywhere, but I've never meditated. And then Joshua Shapiro, the Crystal Skull Explorer, he said, Nancy, you need this skull. And I've shown this this is Hope, and I've shown her name is Hope, and she is rose quartz. And I needed, and this was, I don't know, but he felt, and I don't know, he got the intuition. He's like, this, you need this. And I felt it too. It was really weird. Like I knew I had to buy this rose quartz. So when I meditate with this rose quartz, I just want to say this so that people understand. I get really emotional. Like I will cry.
Yeah, yeah, that can happen.
I will cry. Like if I meditate and I hold her and I ask a question, the tears will just roll. And I swear to you, it's not, it just happens.
Yeah.
And it's the energy of this, of her. It's her energy that brings this emotion to the forefront. And that's why I wanted to talk about this. So you can talk about this and explain why that happens, because it's amazing.
So,
Okay.
so Nancy, your connection with Hope, the crystal,
Right.
is rose quartz. Rose quartz is unconditional love, okay, for
Mhm.
yourself and for others. Love and compassion is what it represents. And so when you're meditating with that crystal, not only the connection that you have with it because of its frequency that it holds, and also maybe the shape that it's formed in, is bringing you. When she's saying she has tears, I'm assuming there are tears of unconditional love because it just feels so beautiful. And
Yes.
so it's not like she's
Or it's
upset.
also releasing things
Yep.
too. It's a release. I just want it's both. It's
Yep.
actually both.
So it
Yeah.
doesn't always have to be, because sometimes people, when you say somebody cries, it's like, oh, it must have been awful for you. No, it
No.
a lot of times it's just a beautiful release, and you don't even know that you're crying because it just feels so good. And so for you, it's kind of like it could be a euphoric feeling because you're connecting on such a high level of frequency of unconditional love, and anything that you're releasing in between is relief. Relief and feeling that that's energy of whatever it was that was negative is gone. And
Yeah.
so
Well,
a
it's
lot
made
of
me a
times,
believer. I just want you to know that because I never meditated with the crystal before Hope. And now I meditate with her and it's a big deal. And I get this, but you have
yeah.
to do it before you get it. You know what I mean? Like you can talk about it, but until you do it, like
Mhm.
what crystal did you meditate with that really made you realize?
Well, some people feel right away when they hold a crystal, and some people, doesn't mean they can't get the energy from the crystal, the frequency from it. But like
Yeah.
I'm a feeler, probably like you.
Yeah.
Honestly, my one of my favorite ones is gonna laugh at me. I call this the Prozac stone. It's called lepidolite. It
It's
actually has
called what?
lithium. Lepidolite.
Lepidolite.
It
Okay.
actually has lithium in it, and that's why I call it the Prozac stone. I have to call it the Prozac stone, and so I don't get in trouble with the Prozac stone, because it helps stabilize your moods. So whenever I feel like I'm
Oh,
really off or like cranky or something, I hold on to a lepidolite,
okay.
and it just changes my frequency, and I just feel so relaxed and I feel so zen. So for me, that's what it does for me.
That's cool.
But there are
That's
lithium
cool.
quartz too. You can buy a lithium quartz, but sometimes the lithium for some people is too strong. So the pidolite has lithium in it, and it's really cool. It's kind of like it's hard to see the color, but it's like a light purple, and it's got flecks of
Pretty.
silver in it, which is the um, part of like the lift.
I need one of those too. I'm gonna have to come to your rock store.
Okay.
All right, you guys, we've got to go to commercial break. I'm here today with Jolie DeMarco. We're having a great conversation about crystals and about meditation. Her book is called How to Meditate with Crystals. This is Nancy Yearout. This is High Road to Humanity, and we'll be right back. Nancy Yearout, and this is High Road to Humanity. I'm here today with Jolie DeMarco. Jolie, tell everybody how to get in touch with you again.
Okay. You could go to my website, Jolie DeMarco, DeMarco. .com. You could go to crystaljunkie.com, and you could go to myfloraora.com.
Okay. Well, on the last segment here, what do you want to talk about? What do you want to teach us? What do we need to know?
I'm going to go over a couple crystals that I think most people would be interested in for meditation or otherwise just having them in their home.
Okay.
I like to make fun names up for things so people can remember them.
Okay.
So here's one, black tourmaline. A lot of people know this is another stable one, kind of like amethyst. Black tourmaline absorbs negative energy, so I call it bad be gone. Okay, so whenever you have it, you could, if you have a neighbor you don't like, you could like bury it out in between your house line. You could put it in your front door. I'll tell you a funny story with this one.
Okay.
We literally had, some people coming in the store that had some bad energy, and I was like, oh, I'm asking the angels, please, only nice people that are respectful, whatever. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to put a couple of black tourmaline. I put black tourmaline on the door, and the door opened and then it closed and nobody came in. I was like, oh, because it was, it was keeping out the bad. And then, people that were nice were coming in. It was just hilarious.
That happened to me with salt, believe it or not. I put salt on my doorway and a couple of people couldn't come in. Before you move on, black tourmaline, I have a little piece in my purse. And I just carry it with me all the time because, I have a tendency to, get attacked here and there. So anyway, us light workers sometimes,
Yep.
so it helps. And I'm just telling you that so people can know that you can throw a piece in your purse and it kind of keeps that negativity away from you.
Mm-hmm. Or in your bra. On the website, I have little sets that you could buy, like the top 11 of what, that you should use. And you could keep them in your purse, like kind of like, how you have like a little emergency kit in your purse.
Right.
Another one, let me see, I'm looking through my stash here for you guys.
Okay, cool.
Citrine. Does everybody know what citrine is?
Yes.
One.
Yeah. I've got a big one, Jolie.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you got one too.
Oh, I like that one. I like yours better. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, Jolie, that's so pretty.
This one I can't fit in my bra, but I can put it in my room. So citrine's really good to make your room feel good. It actually brings in abundance. Yes. And it's a happy stone, so it makes people feel more happy. And it does keep negative energy away from you at the same time. So that's why it's a really good one for your home or your house or your office. And even to carry around if you're having a bad day. I wear this one a lot when I, if I feel like I'm being around too many people, and it kind of helps me carry that barrier myself.
And there's a lot of citrine jewelry. I have my bracelet. I actually had this on yesterday, and that's why it's still sitting here. But I'll put on my citrine for that reason a lot of times. And I see a lot of men wear citrine rings. Notice this, you guys, because they actually know that it brings in prosperity. And yes, isn't that interesting? Abundance. Yeah.
Abundance and hot women. No, I'm kidding.
That's it. All right.
Another one that's a really good happy stone. This one is called Bumblebee Jasper. It's bright yellow.
What's that do?
It just brings happiness. It gives you more of a aloof kind of feeling about things in your life. It doesn't, like, if you get too stressed out or you get into too much chaos and drama, this is a really good stone for you. Bumblebee Jasper.
Love it.
Think of bumblebee tuna, jasper as yellow.
Got it.
Like happy.
Okay.
The next one here is labradorite.
Yes.
I got a little price there, but you could see it's very reflective, and you could see.
I love it.
Butterfly wings, because they're kind of got the same kind of cool bluish grayish color, and very reflective stone. It helps your intuitiveness. So if you're trying to get a little stronger and open up your third eye and your crown chakra, labradorite is really good to have by your side. Doing any kind of those things, if you're doing little readings for people, your tarot cards, anything like that, it really helps out. So that's a really strong one, and it helps you see yourself for who you are too. Sometimes when we need to get a little wake up call, sometimes you get a little bit insight of self. So labradorite is another good one. What about this one? Did you ever see this one, Nancy?
I can't hardly. Oh yeah, I have one of those.
Okay,
it's like a rose. Yeah, I've got a couple little ones. Yeah.
So this is barite roses. cluster together, but sometimes they come singly, like a little ball.
Yeah, I have
So
two
it's
of them.
in the selenite family. This is a really great grounding stone. So like if you're trying to get a little bit more, like if you do a meditation for getting yourself more grounded to be more stable and more in the present moment, because if you're always doing too much, this is a
That's
great, yeah, this one is a great one. I use this
I
one a
need
lot.
to I need to keep those around more. Okay. Yeah, I have a couple of those too.
What about people that have some nasty patterns that they want to get rid of, or like say you overthink all the time,
Right.
or you have addictive personality with different issues in your life, whether it's relationship issues or addictions to food stuff, whatever it might be.
What is
This is called rutile quartz, and it's a quartz, and it has some black rutile is what's inside of it. That's why you see the black, and that's what it helps you do. It helps you remove negative patterns and negative addictions. So it's a really strong one. I use this a lot with clients, and man, it really works. It's amazing. It really works with the frequency of the mind and the mental aura of the layer, auric layer of your mind, and can help you reprogram yourself. So it's really good.
I like that. I've got a couple. I got to ask you. They're behind me. Hold on, you guys.
Okay. We're having Crystal Mania Day.
I know. Well, because I have a couple and I don't know about them, so I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Actually, like take off my headphones here. All right. These are like shaman stones. See these?
It looks like a boji ball to me. Is that?
These are like, somebody said, what are these? I think these are like.
They kind of, it's hard to see, but they look like, are they black? It looks black.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, light or heavy? Heavy or
they're kind of heavy. Yeah.
Okay. I think they might be boji stones. If they are, they're like enlightenment. They help you with enlightenment and ways that you think about life, and help you with direction.
Okay.
So,
and I have a question. What is this? I just
that's
liked
a
it.
Shivalingam. Shivalingams are made out of clay, and they're for if you want to get pregnant. Hold on to the Shivalingam.
No, I don't want to get pregnant.
Drop it. Drop it. No, I'm kidding. It's also for new beginnings. It's for cycles. So they're really good for new beginnings. They look like little dinosaur eggs, everyone, in case you're not,
Yeah, because and I have this, and I was cleaning up today, and I stuck it in my drawer, and I was just going to ask you about that. All right, now I'm going to ask you about another one. So I keep this. My daughter bought me this to go on my computer. And yes, and so talk about this, because I really believe in this stuff and the whole concept, of the copper with the material and the crystals in there. Talk about this.
Yeah, organite is a resin that is mixed with metals and crystals. Okay, so they can put different crystals in there, in different metals like copper or silver or things like that, and the combination of them together, and also the shape. All organite transmutes negative energy into positive. So they're really good for your space or to wear. Like there's a lot of jewelry with it too. We have some on the website, but the piece that Nancy has is a pyramid, and it also has the flower of life on it too. So it has sacred geometry also placed on top of the organite pyramid. So it's really powerful, and those are great to give as gifts for people for their office.
Yes.
For people to have in their home.
And this was a gift. Yeah,
everybody wants to transmute negative energy into positive, right? So it's a really good space cleanser. It's a good space cleanser for anybody. They're great pieces.
I think everybody should have that and selenite.
Yeah, selenite too. Hey Nancy, with your pyramid there, if you hold it up and you put your hand over top of it, a lot of times people can feel the vibrations from the crystals right away, and I'm sure from that one you can feel it. And it feels like a little tingly or slight energy. So some people fool themselves and think, oh, I'm not really feeling it, but
it's warm. Yeah, it's warm.
So everybody at home, if you have crystals, if you don't, go out and get one and put your hand over them, see what you feel, and then put them in your hand, hold them up to your heart chakra, and just notice if you feel a yes or a no, if you're supposed to have her or not. Have your
and we were gonna, so when you go shopping, because when I go in a crystal store, well, I don't know, how do you even handle it? Because I go in a crystal store and it's just overwhelming, you guys, the energy. Because I'm just gonna say crystals are alive, just so you all know. The energy, they're alive just like we are. And so it's intense. Like, how do you handle that energy? I mean,
the interesting part is you get used to it, because I'm working in the store all day. So actually in my house, I don't have that many crystals.
Oh,
my little secret stashes.
You're right. Okay.
The store unpacked with over 3,000 crystals, tons of crystals.
Mm-hmm.
But when people go in, they feel it and they feel good. They like it because they're not used to it. And then after a while, for some people, it can be overwhelming, and some people just love it. And we even have crystal meditation rooms at our place where you could go in for free. So, but the best way to handle it, if you want to shop crystals, you look at all the crystals, you pick one up that you're attracted to. Don't overthink it. Just pick it up, hold it at your heart chakra, at your chest area, and just close your eyes and take a breath in and a breath out. And it's almost like you're going to feel like a yes or a no. And if you feel a yes, that means mama wants to go home with you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you feel no, put her back. Okay. And that's how you do it. Your body always knows what you need.
Right.
And your body is a frequency just like the crystals. And when you harmonize together, you're going to want to be together. Okay.
True. It's true.
This is a carnelian that I'm holding. This is like the hottest stone on TikTok right now for the young kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it helps you attract, the opposite sex or, whoever you're interested into your life. So this is a really good one right now. So this works with your sacral chakra, your sexual organs, your creativity. So it helps you be creative too.
Mm-hmm.
But we call it's one of the sex stones. There's calcite and also carnelian, and it makes you a little bit more attractive.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome. You know what? I think it's nice that the young kids are into it because, rocks, all these different rocks, everything that I have, it all has a meaning in vibration and, and of course it's your intention, but I just think it's nice to hear that the young people are getting into this because it's really been around, forever. And there's so much power in crystals. You know what I mean? There's just so much power. It's amazing.
Well, finally, people are learning about their energetic body, not just their physical body. And they're realizing that all these magical earthy tools that are natural. We don't need to use necessarily, so many drugs and alcohol anymore. We can use Earth's energy. Like since the beginning of time, they've been using it for healing. So we're just bringing it back, right? We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We're just bringing the information back for people to use.
I think it's fantastic. I'm really glad you came on the show today. Anything you'd like to leave us with before we get out of here today?
I just want to thank everybody for listening, and I want to thank you, Nancy. And I just want to say I love your shows, and I think that everybody should continue listening because, man, we all need to have goodness in our lives, and pray for the world right now. So
yeah. That's
thank you
true.
For what you do, Nancy, you're out. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And thanks for coming on the show. Her book is called How to Meditate with Crystals, Simple Ways to Change Your Life. It's by Jolie DeMarco, you guys. She's holding it up. I love it. Thanks for, it's been fun. I learned so much. Crystals are my favorite things. And so it's really fun to have you on the show and teach us. And we'll have to have you back with your other books so we can learn how to heal. So, hey, you guys, it's Nancy. You're out. It's High Road to Humanity. I'll see you on Sunday for News with Nancy. We're going to change it up a little bit. So Sunday's going to be exciting. So everybody check that out. Everybody take care and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Connect the dots and keep the motion. Can achieve your goal. Let's hit the high road.
Hey, you guys, join me next week on The High Road for more stories filled with wisdom, love, and hope for our future. Have a fabulous week and know that by staying on the high road, you will make it to your destination. Visit my website, nancyyearout.com, where you can book a private session to learn how to tap into your own abilities. And check out my YouTube channel. It's Nancy Yearout's High Road to Humanity.
You can achieve your goal.